Financial Crimes Division of the police arrested National Freedom Front leader Wimal Weerawansa with much fanfare earlier this week. The fanfare, unsurprisingly, was organised by Weerawansa himself, who tipped the media off on his impending arrest. Weerawansa arrived at the FCID, where he was summoned to make a statement, together with party supporters, all the while expecting to be placed under arrest. The resulting drama made it to the news, which can be said was the motive of Weerawansa's play that day. Let's take a closer look at what transpired on News Matters. Speaking to the media before entering the building at which the Financial Crimes Investigation Division is housed, Wimal Weerawansa divulged he was under investigation for the abuse of vehicles. Now, while the abuse of vehicles may on the surface seem like some cross between a horrific deranged incident or some trivial traffic-related charge, what it really is the use of state-owned vehicles off the record. Using state vehicles without registering its every movement has been unchallenged before, which may be why Wimal Weerawansa proudly proclaimed it before entering the building. But bear in mind, Weerawansa was not arrested for the abuse of just the one vehicle. The FCID says it received complaints that Weerawansa abused as many as 40 while serving as the Minister of Housing, Construction and Engineering Services. How did Weerawansa, formerly of the Marxist JVP, the well-known patriot, abuse these vehicles? The B report filed by the FCID before the Colombo magistrate reveals that Weerawansa had given some of these state-owned vehicles to his close relatives: his sister, his sister's two children, his sister's husband, his wife's sister's husband were allegedly the beneficiaries of his generosity, all at the expense of the state. Several artists and journalists working closely with Weerawansa had also received state-owned vehicles, while personal staff and party activists also received vehicles from various institutions coming under Weerawansa during his time as the Minister of Housing, Construction and Engineering Services. A very interesting beneficiary of Weerawansa's kindness was Ittaikanda Sadahatissathera, the leader of the Sihalarabia. The Sihalarabia, as we all know, is a leading ultranationalist organization with many anti-minority acts to its account. Weerawansa's close relatives were among those who gathered outside the FCID in anticipation of his arrest on Tuesday. These relatives cussed at law enforcement bodies, threatened action against officers, and even vowed to enter politics to avenge Weerawansa's arrest by the FCID. While outrage on the part of Weerawansa and his relatives, however misguided, can be empathized with to some extent, it is more important for the public at large to focus on what is actually being dealt with here: the flaws in the system that allowed for this sort of excessive use or abuse of state resources in the first place. What it highlights is the fact that a solid framework and policies must come into place and take effect to prevent such abuses from occurring in the future, and that ministers must rightfully be prevented from using state money and resources to spoil their families, friends and party activists. For it bodes well to remember that what was played today with Weerawansa could become a tamasha tomorrow with some other minister.